Do you ever stop and think about just how lucky you are? Technology has brought a world of opportunity right to our fingertips. We're no longer stuck at that 9-to-5 desk job. You don't have to slowly work your way up that corporate ladder, just trying to build your way at wealth one day at a time. You can now generate multiple streams of income and work your way towards building wealth passively. Now, when most people think about passive income, they think about doing no work and making money. But it's a little bit different than that, and it's a little bit more complex. Passive income usually requires a little bit of maintenance here and there, and it also requires a large investment up front. Now, this investment comes in one of two forms. The first is a monetary investment. Assuming you have a large chunk of cash that you're willing to invest in a certain opportunity, you can kind of just sit back and watch that cash build upon itself and pay you out some income here or there. But most of us weren't born with wealth, so we fall back on the second option, which requires a lot of work. Now, putting up this work up front allows us to set up streams of passive income that make money for us with just a little bit of maintenance here and there. Now, from what I've seen, a lot of people are very capable of setting up passive streams of income. But the issue is there's a lot of misinformation out there. A lot of the content providers, a lot of the YouTube videos that I've seen really just don't have great ideas for generating passive income. So that's why I've taken it upon myself to build the ultimate list of passive income streams. Now, a lot of these can easily start producing you $1,000 per month in passive income, and significantly more than that if you build them out right. So if you've noticed any of these passive streams of income in your life or your friend's life, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let us know about them. With Amazon FBA, you can source products from AliExpress, buy them in bulk, and then sell them on Amazon Seller Central. Tatiana James makes $50,000 a month with this method, and you can do it entirely from your laptop because you find the items online through AliExpress, order them online straight to Amazon, and then they take care of all of the shipping and fulfillment for you. This does require that you find a great product in a niche that is kind of lacking something where you're filling a void. Now, you also have to create a great listing for this product and invest a decent amount of money to buy this product in bulk from a Chinese manufacturer. But once you put in the legwork up front to make that investment and to do all of that research to find the right product, it's a fairly automated process. All you have to do is refill inventory when it gets low. The virtual headhunter is one of my favorite new ideas. This really doesn't require that much. All you need is a laptop, a phone, internet connection, and a LinkedIn recruiter membership. From there, you're finding companies with open positions in the right industries. Think IT and tech. These are very high-paying fields where salaries can get upwards of 6 figures from 100 to 150,000 easily. And when you find positions that are open, you can go ahead and start reaching out to people on LinkedIn that might be the right candidate. When you do place somebody, you take 15 to 30% commission on the first year's salary. Now, that's an easy 20 to 30 G's, and sometimes a lot more if you're placing a very high-paying job. Now, this idea requires a lot of hustle up front. You're gonna have to define a process and refine that until you get it down to a science. But from there, you can hire on your own virtual recruiters or virtual assistants to do the work for you. And then it becomes a very passive form of income that could end up being a huge stream of income for you. The SRDS is another one of my favorites. This is the standard rate and data services. Now, you can start by renting or buying a list from them and using a mailer to start generating income just by sending out offers in the mail. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna find a niche that has a ton of passionate followers. Think golf, think something with wealthy followers that are a little bit older because they still check their mail and buy stuff off of mailers. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna read like 10 to 15 books about this niche. You really gotta dive into it, but it's not that much work considering it really only takes like a few hours to skim through these books. Now, once you've read them, you're gonna compile all the key topics from these books, and you're gonna create an awesome amount of content based on these topics. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna step back and you're gonna write a letter. And you really have to do a great job of writing this letter because you're gonna wanna hook people in to buy your exclusive content from you. Now, once you've written a great letter, go ahead and put it in the mail, send it out. Now, assuming you found a niche that people are really passionate about, you can just step back and people are gonna start buying your awesome content off of you and you're kicking back, generating some passive income. Outsourcing a local business is another cool idea that I've seen floating around a lot lately. Now, the concept is simple. You take a business that commands a pretty high profit margin. Think like iPhone screen repairs. Now, there's probably a bunch of local businesses already doing this in your area. All you have to do is create a landing page or a basic website for your business. Now you're gonna get that ranked using Google Maps or maybe like a private blog network so you can start showing up in Google search for your location. Now when people come to your website and decide to get repaired through you because your website is just so good looking, you're gonna have them send their phones to one of the local businesses in your area and work out a commission that you pay them, a flat fee that they're gonna charge you to repair your customer's phone. And you're just gonna have them ship that product back to your customer. Now this is gonna require one more element. You're gonna purchase in bulk shipping boxes with your own label on it, or just shipping inserts to put in a standard box. It really depends on how classy you wanna make yourself. That way, when the customer gets their new iPhone back with a fresh screen and sees your box on it, they have gotten a wonderful customer experience from your well-designed website all the way back to the nice box that has been shipped back to them with the iPhone. And they have no idea that this whole process has been outsourced to a local business that isn't actually you. Invest in vending machines. Jaime Ibanez makes about 680 bucks from one location on a single vending machine. Now that's revenue. That doesn't consider all the expenses of buying products and the time that it takes to put them in. Now this is a cool idea, but honestly, it's not that scalable and it's kind of hard to hire employees when you're dealing all in cash. Start a local lead generation business. If you want to scale up, you can actually get quite a bit beyond local and generate a ton of income on this if you're in the right industry, like the insurance industry, for example. Paul James has some cool examples on how he got started in the heating industry, in the plumbing industry, just generating leads for local businesses. He does this by ranking a page in Google search, either off of Google Maps or using a private blog network to start sending him traffic and boosting his ranking in search engines. Once he gets that traffic, he uses a service like CallFire. So when people call in on a lead generated for heating, it sends that lead directly to the business that he's negotiated terms with. Now, assuming he has a good trusting relationship with that business, he can either charge them a simple fee per every lead that he sends their way or a commission on the sale. So in the heating industry, he takes 7 to 10% on a furnace replacement, which adds up to be a few $100 on every single lead that he passes along to that local heating company. Affiliate marketing is another tried and true form of setting up passive income. And it happens to be one of my personal favorites because it's been time tested and it still works. My very first online business was affiliate marketing. I started a rideshare blog at theridesharepanel.com and it made me $220,000 my first year. Now I'm not trying to brag about the income that I made, but I do want to show you just how easily you can start producing online income when you rank for the right keywords for the right affiliate programs. With affiliate marketing, when you make a sale for a company, you receive a percentage of that commission. So if it's a high ticket item or it's an item that requires a subscription with a recurring membership, you can be making either a lot of money up front or a lot of recurring revenue each time that person renews their subscription. Online courses are another very interesting way to generate passive income. With an online course, you have to put in a ton of work up front. Usually it takes at least a few weeks to generate the right kind of content for your audience. And you want to make sure you find a niche where people are going to pay a lot of money for your product. I like health, wealth, and relationships. Over the years, these three niches have been niches where people are willing to pay a lot of money for advice. Now, once you've developed your online course, you got to figure out how to market it. It helps to be an influencer in your niche, but you can also market just through Facebook advertising. And one easy strategy is to just take a $500 budget, try and generate leads for an online seminar that's going to be absolutely free. You can expect to pay about $5 for each of these leads. So with $500, you're going to have 100 people into that seminar, and you're going to hope to convert 1 to 3% of those people. So you got to make sure your course price is enough to make this worthwhile. Find a niche where your course can be valued at least $1,000. That way, when you make that $500 investment, you're going to get a $500 profit return on that initial investment. Invest in dividend stocks. Now, this is one of those methods where you really do need to have a lot of money put into these stocks to see significant passive income coming your way. If you find a place in your budget where you spend X amount of money, let's say you buy a coffee every day, think about saving that money and putting it towards dividend stocks. Not only are you saving money that you would have been spending, but that money is going to start building upon itself and paying you out more money. Create a niche website or blog. You can do a comparison website where you compare prices on products and show your customers what the best option is. And then you use affiliate marketing to get a commission on every sale that you make. There's also a bunch of other really cool website models out there, like coupon websites. Coupons are still like the most popular way to promote a product. These websites rank in a ton of money, but it's kind of difficult to get ranked in search engines. You could also try a content curation website. This is a really cool idea that's definitely very passive because you're not actually spending much time creating content. You're just aggregating it and putting it all in one place for your audience. Then you can monetize that with Google AdSense for people coming through your website. You could sell products, you could do affiliate marketing, you could get sponsored. There are so many different routes to monetizing a website once you have a good audience coming through. Start a YouTube channel. I've made about $9,000 from affiliate commissions in the first 5 or 6 months of this channel alone. I also just started monetizing my channel about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've made a little over $1,000 in Google ad revenue just during that period of time. Now, YouTube does take a ton of work up front to get started. I spent a lot of time creating videos when no one was watching. But once you put in that work, you can really start to generate a lot of income. Once you get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you can start monetizing through Google AdSense. But while you're working up to that 1,000 subscribers, you can always monetize through affiliate commissions. Buy an airport parking spot. This can make you 10 to 12% in annual returns, which is definitely good compared to a lot of other investment options out there. Now, this is definitely a more exotic option for generating passive income, and with that comes some risks. In the research that I've done, some of the companies that are advertising buying a parking spot through them are really not doing a good job of showing you the terms and conditions of making that purchase. So anytime you're making an exotic investment like this, make sure to do a ton of research because there could be hidden fees that you don't know about upfront in the investment. Invest in rental properties. This definitely takes a lot more cash, but once you do it, it can be a great way to build long-term wealth. I currently rent out 2 of the rooms in my 3-bedroom house, and I'm cash flow positive on this investment. That means it's making me money every month while I'm also paying off my mortgage. And because I live in the house, I get to take advantage of a cool tax rule where if I've lived in the house 2 out of the last 5 years, I get to take up to $250,000 of my profit tax-free. Write an ebook. You can publish that ebook on the Amazon Kindle platform, and you can do this without really being that tech savvy. Now you gotta find something that you're really interested in and put in a ton of work up front to write this ebook. But once you do that, you can start generating money every month without doing a whole lot of work to promote that ebook on the Amazon platform. If you don't have enough money to buy a rental property, you can still take advantage of the real estate market by investing in a real estate investment trust. Now these average 4 to 7% return on investment year over year. This is kind of a decent return, and that means that if you put $5,000 in and you're getting a 5% return, you're gonna be making $20 a month on that investment. So it really takes a large amount of money to start seeing a good return on this type of investment. Invest in a general index fund in the stock market. Now 2019 may not be the best time to invest because it always helps to buy low and sell high. But if you had bought back in 2011, 2012 when we were coming off the recession, you would have seen huge returns on that investment without really putting any work. Become a local business marketer. A lot of small businesses don't really know how to take advantage of social media, and that's where you come in. You can use tools like Hootsuite to auto-publish posts, or you can get a little bit more aggressive and buy a tool that actually grows the following for local businesses. I have a couple of these, and I charge usually about a few $100s a month. But you can definitely charge more if you pick up clients that generate more income per lead driven. So if you pick up a small boutique clothing store or a restaurant, you'll probably be able to charge a few $100 easily, maybe a little bit more if you're aggressive in your negotiation. But if you pick up a business like a law firm or an auto dealership, you can definitely charge a higher monthly fee on this type of service. Do you know multiple languages? A lot of companies need their online content translated, and you can start charging money for this. Now, this isn't passive up front because you're gonna actually do the translating yourself. But once you get the hang of it, you can find people online and hire out virtual assistants to do this translation for you. Now, all of a sudden, you're taking a cut of every single translation that is made, and you set up a passive income business for yourself. There's also a second form of passive income business that you can set up just by knowing a foreign language. All you have to do is take one of the previous businesses and translate it to a foreign language. Now, this is a great way to develop passive income because if your business involves generating online income and ranking in search engines, generally speaking, it's easier to rank in a foreign language than it is to rank in English. So you're gonna have less competition and an easier time starting to generate that traffic, generating leads, monetizing through affiliate incomes, making sales, whatever it is that you're using to generate income. Become an Instagram influencer. Daniel Bernstein charges $5 to $15K per post on Instagram. Now, she also has significantly over 1 million followers, and it's not easy to build up that kind of following. But once you've put in the work up front and you can command that much per post, you're not having to do any of the editing or the photography yourself. You're really just being the face of this business and then negotiating terms for how much you want to get paid on every single post. Start a membership community. Now, this is definitely difficult to pull off, and you're going to want to have some sort of following and really be a huge influencer before you try and dive into this. But if you have that huge following behind you, you can start generating money every month by charging a membership for exclusive content. Start a life coaching business. Sean Smith generated over $300,000 in his first 18 months as a life coach. Now, this definitely isn't easy, and you're gonna have to put in a lot of work yourself up front because you're gonna be coaching people and you're gonna be helping them solve a problem. Think something that is really vital to their health or their relationships, or maybe even generating wealth. So let's say people have an eating disorder and you wanna coach them through that. Now you find your clientele and you got to start advertising. You can reach out through Facebook advertising, or you can become an influencer within your niche and create a lot of exclusive content that then leads people into your life coaching business. Once you've scaled this out a little bit, you can hire on life coaches to take on the bulk of the work for you. You can also generate online courses for this business, and that way you don't have to be there on a day-to-day basis. You can just put in a lot of work to create the content up front and then charge a substantial fee for your students to buy this material. Create stock photography. If you can take awesome photos, there are a ton of marketplaces online that pay you great royalty and commissions on every single photo that is purchased through them. Once you've created the great photos and you have a bit of a following, people are finding these photos within the marketplaces, all you have to do is sit back and rake in that awesome passive income. You can also generate royalties off of music that you make. There's a lot of awesome platforms online that will pay you a commission and royalties off of every single sale that is made on the songs once you create them. Now, you do have to have some talent here. You can't just start creating music without any experience or any artistic ability. But if that happens to be something that you're good at, you might as well monetize it and make some passive income off of it. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a lot of these passive income streams take a lot of work up front in order to start building out that passive income. But once you've put in the work, put in the time, put in the hours, you can then kind of sit back and just maintain these streams of passive income. If you set up enough of them, you'll be generating enough passive income to go pursue your passions and do just about whatever it is you feel like doing on a day-to-day basis. Let me know what you think are the most interesting forms of passive income that I mentioned in the video. Leave a comment down below. Also, if you personally generate some passive income, let me know what that is. I'd love to hear about it and get a little bit of a conversation going. As always, if this video was helpful for you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more side hustles and passive income coming right your way.